Hey team, I have two purposes for today's video. The first one is how to import a file. So I'm going to come over to the right hand side right here where it says import. I'm going to click one time and then I'm going to choose a file. And then hopefully you've had a chance to download the file that you're working with to your computer. And I'm making the prediction that it's probably in your downloads folder. You might need to double click on this PC. And then on the screen here, it might say downloads. If you click 2 times, then you should probably see that file appear on the screen. For today's video, I'm going to choose a turtle, a flexible turtle. I'm going to click 2 times. You can either double click right here, or you can click 1 time right here and 1 time right here. Both of those strategies will produce the same outcome. Then right here, it's just going to let you know, hey, by the way, this is the file that you're trying to import, and then click import. Give the system just a few seconds and then your file should import. And then from here, you can make any adjustments that you need to. So if you feel like the file needs to get a little bit larger, or the model needs to get a little bit larger, or you want it to get a little bit taller, then make whatever adjustments that you need to within reason. Listen to your teacher's leadership. Make sure that it's not too large. So that was the first part of today's video. The second part of today's video is that I'm going to use the Scribble strategy in order to add detail to this existing model. So to be honest with you, I want to come in here and add some unique shapes that kind of fit together like puzzle pieces. So let me use this Scribble tool. And then I'm going to click right here on the screen, and then now I have this space where I get to design some shapes of my very own. So I eventually want these to kind of fit together like puzzle pieces. I'm going to leave my index finger down and then fill that entire shape in. So over here I have a rendering of what that might look like. And if I have changed my mind and I want to add a little bit more, then before I click the done button, then I can come along and I can add more to this shape so it looks exactly the way I want it to look. So for now, I'm satisfied with this. I'm going to click the done button right here. And now that I have this shape, I'm going to make some adjustments to it. I need it to be the correct height, the same exact height as my other object. And while I'm at it, let me teach you one more strategy. If you ever accidentally lift an object off of your Workplane, you can click the letter D on your keyboard, like D like down or D like drop. And it's going to automatically take that shape and then drop it onto your work surface. Now, I think I mentioned a second ago that I wanted it to be the same size, and I actually don't. I want it to be just a little bit taller so that when it's on here, you actually have some texture. So let me scoot my project over, and I'm going to scoot this into spot. And then I can grab the shapes on the bottom, adjust it where needed, kind of scoot it into position. So there's the first piece of texture. Oops, sorry about that. Let me click the undo button. I'm going to click my mouse button down. Then I'm going to rotate my project over, and I'm going to use the wheel to zoom in. So here I have shape number 1. Now I can come back to the Scribble tool and start from scratch all over again. Or another thing I can do is I can click 1 time and then Control C for copy, Control V for victory or paste, and I can scoot that next shape over here so that I'm using that same shape again, but just slightly different. So if I resize it, technically it was that same original shape, but I have the ability to move it. And remember that you can scoot it around in a circle. One strategy that I use is that I'll actually, oops, that is not the strategy that I will use. One strategy that I use is that I'll bring the shape over to another spot in order to make those adjustments, because sometimes when I am working with those 2 files in tandem on top of one another, it's just a little bit clumsy to work with it while I'm on top of that other shape. So One strategy is to drag it out here and then make those adjustments and then drag it back in so that the other shape does not interfere with what you are doing. Here's one more strategy that I like to use from time to time. If I click on the turtle and I want the turtle to disappear for just a little while because it's in my way, I can come up here and click the light bulb so that it disappears. Now, it's not gone. I didn't delete it. I just have the ability to work with these shapes alone, and then I can bring that turtle back in. So if I want to copy, paste, 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 and I want to work with several copies of these items, then I can scoot them over into that position and they're in a holding pattern. And then I'm going to come up here. It might appear like I'm moving quickly. When I come up here and click that light bulb again, now the turtle has come back. So in order for that to happen, you have to click on the object and then come over into this box and then click that light bulb in order for that item to disappear. Now I have the ability to make adjustments to these shapes and make them look like they're individual pieces, rotate them around if I want to, and then allow these individual puzzle pieces to scoot into position so that the texture sort of appears. So it looks like those sections of the shell are actually sticking up and it has a texture to it. Team, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.